What is the most fearsome fantasy beast you can think of? Some may say it's the Cyclops, others the Chimera. I say it's the mighty dragon. I think dragons are extraordinary creatures, and today I'm going to show you how to draw one yourself. I hit the wrong button. Oop.
There you go.
Thank you. Dragons are relatively simple to draw despite how they may look. You start with the head and the neck, move down to the body and legs, and finally end with the tail and the wings. Dragons are not only very simple to draw, but you can impress anyone you meet with this skill. When drawing a dragon, you start with the head and the neck, as it's easier to proportion out everything else afterwards. To start with the head, you draw, as you would with any other drawing, a circle. In that circle, you need two lines through the center of it. A vertical line like that, and a horizontal line that sticks out through the other end. You want the inside part and the outside part to be roughly the same length. From the end points of the vertical line to the outer point of the horizontal line, you need two curves. That will be your muzzle. For the neck, it's two curves kind of in an S shape that will come down like that, and you cap off the neck with another circle. For the details, you go to the upper part of the muzzle here and bring that down just slightly for an overbite, and back in for the mouth. On the neck, copy the shape of these two lines in the center to the finer cells and underbelly connected up to the mouth. On the head, you can either add horns or spikes. Today, I'm going to do spikes on the back. Just a few little swoops like so. Kind of looks like anime hair. And you can scribble in an eye, just like that. Nothing impressive there. And a little bump here for the nose. And lastly, just a few little scale marks on the neck there. And you have yourself your head already. Now we go on to the most difficult part, which really isn't that difficult. The body and the legs are just a little finicky depending on if you're a perfectionist. For the body, it's a little oval like so. The legs are just two more little nubs. On the legs, you need spiky little paws for the feet. So, nothing impressive. You can just scribble that on. Spiky paws. And you can mimic that shape underneath of them to make yourself the bottom legs. So you can have yourself that little bit of dimension. We go on to details. You can bring down that underbelly and add in the scales again. And if you wanted to, you could define the knees on the legs. I have stubby legs, so I'm not going to do that this time. Now on to, finally, for the wings and the tail. And I believe these to be the most fun part of the dragon, as they're very simple to do, but relatively easy as well. For the tail, you just extend down this body into a point, and you cap it off with an arrowhead. And for the wings, it's 4 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you connect those up with a few little hills. And mimic that shape as you did with the legs for the back wing. And one last time, for details, we bring down that tail and add in the scales. And just like that, you got yourself a dragon. Now this one, for the sake of time, is very simple. However, if you had more time and practice, you could put one of these, keep going, one of these, or these. Dragons are very cool, and anyone will be impressed to see your skill on drawing. Because they're very simple to do. Just start by drawing the head and the neck, then you extend down the body and legs, finally tacking on the tail and the wings. You have to agree that any of these beasts would put a chimera to shame.